Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions, and I am back with the Real Group. And my understanding is that members switch in and out all the time, so I I don't think I'm going to see them here, so I won't know who's who. But anyway, the song is called Mr. Father. It is a request from one of the viewers. Thank you very much. This must be the name of the album, probably In the Middle of Life. A lot of people don't know when the middle is, but the midlife crisis sometimes comes much older than actual middle life. But I don't know what they're talking about here. Mr. Father, from the title itself, do you call your dad dad or you call him Mr.? In the old days, kids used to call their dad Mr., but not so much now. That might have nothing to do with it, but we'll have a listen. Uh, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, this is your chance to do it and join the community. It's a great little community here. It's growing all the time, so it is getting bigger, but there's lots of amazing people that give information about the bands and give great requests and suggestions, etc. So you can join in and have fun with that. In the description below, there's a way to donate to the channel, buy me a coffee and PayPal donation. Also, there's a way to bump up your request and get it a lot earlier within days rather than weeks or months. I am still adding to the regular list. It is quite long, however. So if you want to get it a lot earlier, that's the way to do it. There will also be a link there to the Real Groups channel, so you can go and support them, check them out, subscribe, like videos, all those fun things. All right, let's have a listen. Let's start that again. Nice.
Mr. Father, looking so reliable, would you turn your other cheek? Listen to your son and lay down your gun in a crying world.
I like that soft voice, gentle voice, I guess you could call it, coming in. I was just looking at the picture here too, and I'm trying to figure out there may have been different expressions on the people, and then they looks like a smiley mouth, but then what's the black? Is that is that representing happiness and depression or sadness? Is that, like what is that? I'm not sure. Maybe that. All right, turn the other cheek. Listen to your son. Like this a cappella percussion.
Mr. Father, looking so reliable, would you turn your other cheek? Listen to your son and lay down your gun in a crying world. In a crying world. Mr. Father, are my words deniable? You can hear me, you can choose. You can close your eyes while your brother dies in a crying world. In a crying world. Pray, sign souls, love and live and feel. Pray, sign souls, shed your tears to heal. In a crying world.
It probably won't stop again till the end, and I'll back up a little bit too, but I'm just listening to the lyrics here. I'm not going to go over them separately this time. Sometimes I do. But I'm not entirely sure, but it's talking, of course, father, son, but also, while your brother's dying, etc. And there seems to be something about emotional connection or lack of emotional connection. I'm not sure. I think it's questioning, what is that connection, or are you going to connect? Are you going to turn the other cheek? Are you going to listen? And the crying world. And yeah, it's definitely it's it's always a crying world, you know. Certainly ever since I've known, and long before that, looking at history, I mean, I don't think there's a decade or even a year really that isn't. It might not be for every individual and every geographic location, but if you look at the whole world, there's always something terrible happening, wars and death and other things. So yeah, it seems to be feeling like talking about connection, emotional connection to your son, but also to other humanity in general, maybe. And there's maybe a disagreement sometimes between the younger generation and the older generation too. Um, and neither one is correct completely, and neither one is wrong completely, probably. On an individual basis, maybe they're wrong, but in general, I don't think so. But sometimes there's a conflict there.
Pray, sign souls, shed your tears to heal in a crying world. Mr. Father, you have made me lovingly. Can you see there's something wrong when a loving heart is tearing lives apart in a dying world? In a dying world. Praise and souls, love and live and feel. Praise and souls, shed your tears to heal. Pray for the wine souls, for swindlers that cheat and conceal. Pray for the dying souls, robbers and grabbers who steal. Mr. Father, feeling strong and powerful. Can you hear me when I cry for the little guy, for the ones who die in a living world, in a loving world, in a living world, in a loving
All right. Let's make sure we get close enough to the end. In case there's a surprise. I don't think so. All right, very good. I like the backing vocals too, coming in left and right, and yeah, very beautiful. Great, as I say, gentle voice going through. I think, uh, as far as I can tell, talking a lot about emotional and your emotional connection to the world and to your family and to others, probably around you, humanity in general, I suppose. Um, but I think also, there are some big questions here about what does your father do? It doesn't have to be a father; it can be a mother, it can be someone else that's your guiding person, person who's taking care of you and raising you. Um, you know, there's always been a question, and it does keep changing. The society changes, and fathers used to be, you're supposed to, especially with boys anyway, you're supposed to toughen them up and get them ready for the world, right? But then you're sort of denying certain emotions and quashing them, and that's not necessarily healthy either. On the other hand, if you raise someone to be too emotional, um, and it's not always a matter of raising it, sometimes person is a person. You have certain propensities, no matter what your parents are like, you're not always exactly the same. You can be quite different. Genetics is funny that way. But if you're too emotional, then you can't handle the world. You can't deal with and life is not going to be perfect. It isn't going to be in one generation. It's not all going to change. The wars aren't going to go away all of a sudden, and the other horrors and disease and everything else. So uh, there's a balancing act, and who knows where the where that right balance is. But I think the song is sort of talking all about that. Any of you who've watched some of my other videos know what I think about prayer. That won't do any good, but I will leave that for now and let those who want to continue to believe in that to continue to believe in it. But I hope they'll think objectively about it at some point. But in a more colloquial sense, yes, in that I can see that working together as a humanity, working together to try to solve some issues. A bit of a debate with someone on one of my other videos, not for the real group, it's actually for a Sabaton video that, you know, according to them, I think they felt more like war was a good thing, and you know, claiming that people are sheeps or wolves. I think we can do better than that. I think we can do better than that. I don't know that we ever will. I agree in that point with this viewer. Maybe we never will. But my goal is higher than that. My aim is better than that. I think humanity. I hope someday. It won't happen in my lifetime. Not that much longer to go, but um but I hope that at some point it happens. I won't be here to see it. I won't be anywhere to see it because I don't believe in that either. So, but I hope anyways for other people that it eventually that we get there and we learn and we can grow and do that. And I think this is sort of talking somewhat to that. So, yeah, in a colloquial sense, but more about working together with people, not wishing and dreaming for some other place that does not exist. I think that's a waste of time. I think we could do much better focusing on the here and now and helping one another and making life better. Very good song. Love that gentle voice all the way through, and I think that was really appropriate for trying to make that emotional connection and trying to show the different sides of things. Uh, Maybe I'm completely off the mark, and it's about something totally different, but that's what I'm getting from it anyway. You let me know what you think of this particular song or the real group in general. Let me know what else you'd like to hear from any other band, group, or singer, and I will add it to the regular list, but it is quite long. So expect to be waiting for some period of time. If you want to get it much quicker, check in the description. There's a way to bump up your request and get it within days. Also check there for a link to the real group so that you can go and support them. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed and donated. And oh yes, YouTube Super Thanks is available, so thank you for using that. A few people have. Share the video too. There's lots of ways you can help out that doesn't cost a dime, and then there's a couple where you could spend a dime if you want to. Actually, a bit more than that, I guess. Uh, Buy me a coffee set at $2, but still, nowadays, can you get a coffee for $2? I make my own. So anyway, in the meantime, keep listening, keep having fun. It's Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Bye bye for now.